Got it. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and two of the primary things they're looking for, even when like new companies want to get into the partnership arena, the things that they really have to bring a very strong financial backing. They have to bring a great engineering capability with research and development. So the willingness to work with the OEMs to do research and development, whether that's in materials, whether that's in manufacturing techniques, whatever it might be.
And how would a smaller, so you said that they have to come with sort of a strong financial background, how would a smaller player sort of get into one of these partnerships and get put on one of these bigger programs? How would they prove themselves?
They probably would not be able to. So it's again, the cash investment is so large, many of the small players just don't have that ability to put out that much cash.
Got it. Makes sense. So
almost all of the partnership positions are taken by pretty large tier one companies.
Got it. Does it ever happen that, a company like Pratt or, someone who's in a partnership with them has got to, say you've got to put out all this cash and the program doesn't manifest at the end of it? What happens in a situation like that? Is Pratt on the hook for just all the cash that they've burned trying to enter into that program?
No. When you become a partner, you're taking that risk with them. So I'm certain all the tier one partners have experienced some really great deals and some really, really poor deals. Certainly GKN did, where, engines may be sold, 50 or 60% of the projections, and you just lose money on the deal. Right. And so even, for instance, and as a partner, your risk isn't just the risk of your design and your part. The risk is for the total engine. So if another partner or the OEM make an enormous engineering mistake and the engine has to be redesigned, it has to be recertified, and all those types of costs go into it, you're paying your X% of those costs.
Right.
So if the projected development costs are $1 billion and the development actually runs $1.5 billion, you're paying X% of $1.5 billion.
Got it. So even if it's not to do necessarily with a fault on your side in the manufacturing or what have you.
Right. You're a partner. So you're a risk revenue sharing partner.
Interesting. And I guess if we're talking about kind of demand or sales not panning out as they should, we talk a little bit about the drivers specifically for I guess both the aftermarket side and the actual engine sales side.
Well, both of them are driven fundamentally by the original sales. So obviously if you have a large base of engines out there flying, you're going to have a large aftermarket. Sure. And if you have a small base, you have a small aftermarket. So it's really driven by that original sales. And that really, again, it's a combination of both the engine and the aircraft because, there's no engines being developed that don't have a target aircraft in mind. And for the most part, that means that the engine manufacturers are working with Airbus or Boeing for the target aircraft. And it really comes down to how many of those aircraft sell. So, the most competitive, aircraft, say today, is, the Boeing 737 against the Airbus A320. And so GE has all engines going on the 737 are GE engines. So GE has, gotten themselves in a position to be basically sole source to Boeing. On Airbus will select either a Pratt & Whitney engine for the A320 or a GE engine. And so if you're a partner of Pratt's, as GKN is, it's a matter of looking at the market. How many single-aisle aircraft that size are going to be sold? How many do you think are going to go to Boeing? How many do you think are going to go to Airbus? And then of those that go to Airbus, what will be the split between GE engines and Pratt & Whitney engines? And that's the start of that business case. And it is entirely driven by that. Now, some of those very large engines are typically